Ladies and gentlemen, Drake's original app. One of his first people that really got the streets hot for Drake. Chris Brown, has responded to this whole Drake T-Pain situation. And I think it's kind of the way that I expected, not some people expect. Like, oh, I thought they were cool again. I thought, bruh, what Drake and Chris Brown had is a forever thing. There's little things that's gonna forever spark that. When you beefing over a woman who don't really end up wanting either of y'all, it's blood beef. So let's get right to it.
And I was surprised to see Drake and T-Pain beefing with each other. So T-Pain went on this podcast the other day.
That's why I was gonna say, you find yourself beef with T-Pain, boy, you done lost the plot. And in this video too, Chubbs responded. A couple people responded. So let's get right into it, man. We covering this whole saga.
He was making the observation that Drake didn't take his own advice about retiring. Drake didn't like what he said, and all hell broke loose. But check out the clip of the interview.
The one thing I learned from Drake.
I appreciate, let me go ahead and say, All Urban Central for putting the actual video clip in the video. When I reacted to it, I didn't actually I only had the audio. So here we go. Here's the actual visual that I wanted to see.
Clip of the interview.
The one thing I learned from Drake, and here's the crazy thing. One thing I learned from Drake, but one thing he hasn't followed his own words. Mm-hmm. Drake said, I want to be one of the people that gracefully bow out and not get kicked out. I have ever since said, you really thank y'all. I appreciate y'all. I'll see y'all when I drop. Don't worry about it. I'll just drop something. Let me know if you heard it. Yeah. Drake is like, no, listen. Okay, I got another one. Oh, check this out. Check this out. Y'all didn't like that one? Okay, real quick. Just one more. Let me try one more. And then he's the person that he said, he didn't want to be. Mm-hmm. And I learned that from him. Like when he said that, I want to gracefully bow out and not get kicked out. I was like, you know what? Sorry. I'm out this bitch.
This is just live shows now.
I'm out this. I'm not trying to impress y'all. Niggas don't give a live or die. Yeah. Why the I keep trying to impress y'all? I'm out. I'm done. I did everything that I was trying to do. I changed the game.
Oh, dang. We didn't even get this part with the other video.
I made a sound. What else?
I don't think.
What else?
You literally can't. It's only even if you make a hit today,
it won't even. That's just normal.
Yes.
It's just normal. It's like, yeah, that's.
Dang, I didn't catch this part.
What he's saying is a few years ago, Drake.
And like I said, in this thing, I don't even quite look at it like T-Pain shooting at Drake. Now I could tell how if I'm Drake, I could see how I could take that as offense, especially right now when I might be a little sensitive right now over the last things that have happened to me. But T-Pain is quite literally just saying, it's looking like the culture is rejecting Drake to a certain point. And Drake said he would never be the person who would allow him to get thrown out, rejected, he's going to bow out gracefully. So T-Pain's saying, right now, he's saying the bow out gracefully thing, right? Now, of course, numbers-wise, even if Drake falls immensely, even if you have Kendrick Lamar being the number one, which I do, Drake is still number two when it comes to notoriety, when it comes to visuals, when it comes to being seen. Drake is still number two. Is it time for him to bow out forever? In my original video, I reacted to this. I agree with T-Pain 100%. I still do, but let me clarify. Is it time for Drake to bow out forever? No. I genuinely think it's time for him to take a sabbatical, though. I've been saying this for a while. Drake never allowed people to miss him. The biggest difference between artists like Kendrick Lamar, artists like Frank Ocean, artists like Playboi Carti, these are the artists that when they drop, it's seismic, right? And Drake drops are seismic too. But if you notice, there's diminishing returns. There's been diminishing returns with Drake. So really what it's like is like Drake is not going to fall off. Well, I guess that's relative. Drake is not going to lose all his fans and not be able to feed himself off music like that kind of fall off. But the start of the Wonder Years being gone is here. And this is what marks it. So it might be now just a decline towards, and it might take years and years and years. But what we are seeing is And there's gonna be people put numbers. But what about this? What about it's like that's not really. If you can't see the cultural impact that Drake is missing, that's really numbers can be fudged. You're like,
Gave him advice,
and I'm not saying
"Hey,
they
you might
are,
as
but
well retire
Drake is quite literally suing because he's saying that Kendrick was fudged. So it's like, nigga, like
on top instead of something that happened later in your career and then falling from grace. And T-Pain went on this podcast and said, hey,
Yes.
Drake didn't even take his own advice because he was on top and now he got ethered by Kendrick Lamar in his career.
But then let's be fair, Jay-Z also, the reason why we say ether is because of Jay-Z, and Jay-Z's career definitely flourished way more after it. So like I said, it go back and forth. It could go back and forth, honestly. Jay-Z didn't get his first, I think, number one until after with New York. So after
It's
Ether.
the same. So you know when Drake heard this, he had to respond. Drake ended up taking to his Instagram and posting a clip of the video with the caption, "This guy always had resentment for me. You can hear it every time he speaks on my name." But a lot of people are saying Drake is tripping because how is T-Pain jealous when he's basically saying take your own advice? So when Drake responded, then the whole internet decided they wanted to. Offset decided to chime in and he left a caption under it.
Offset!
The boy is the boy. Ain't gonna change all that hating on another grown man who do more numbers than everybody is diabolical. So basically Offset is saying T-Pain's hating on him. But I'm not gonna lie, I listened to it twice. I still can't find the hate and I can't see the resentment.
Yeah, that's I don't even understand. Like, people are just hearing T-Pain say fall off or bow out. But this is literally what Drake said. T-Pain is not wrong. Like, T-Pain's not even, like, if Drake takes a break and comes back, I genuinely think that's the best thing for him. I genuinely think he needs time to be missed. Same thing with, like, the Jays, the not. Like, I don't feel like, the reason why I feel like Drake don't get that certain respect is because he almost feels like he needs to be omnipresent to maintain a certain look. And that don't feel as dominant as somebody who doesn't need to be omnipresent to have that dominance, like a Kendrick or like even like a Frank Ocean or somebody like that. If Frank Ocean drops today, you better believe all them R&B niggas is going inside and taking their ball because it's gonna be dark for them. So like,
but you know who chimed in? A GOAT himself.
Oh, here
That
we
boy
go.
Chris Brown took to the
Breezy.
stage and said what he felt. Chris Brown posted to his Instagram.
Big Blood Breezy. Like I said, bro, like a hate Chris Brown, that ain't even the conversation right now. It is absolutely that. He don't like Drake. I don't care how many times they publicly squash their beef. But when it comes to like female, come on, bro. You know that these two light-skinned niggas is going to be beefing forever. And
Instagram story earlier.
that Rihanna Poonsa had blood beef.
T-Pain is one of the GOATs of my generation. Give you your flowers. Pioneer. Love you, my brother. If Chris Brown says you a GOAT, then you a GOAT. Because you can only be a GOAT if
T-Pain
another GOAT
is a
says
GOAT.
you a GOAT.
Don't
That's
matter
my
if-
theory. Now, some people are saying,
second.
why is Chris Brown even entering himself into this? Because him and
He
Drake
hates
used to have
Drake.
problems. So you siding with somebody that has beef with somebody you used to have beef with can only equal trouble. But people keep forgetting that T-Pain helped Chris Brown in the beginning of his career by giving him a platinum hit. Remember that?
Your kiss, come on. Laugh it, tough it, kiss, my baby with me. What? That's why we ain't gonna take no T-Pain slander, bro. Yeah, shout out to my dark-skinned brother. That boy, yeah, you know what I mean? He made that.
Chris Brown and
Bro,
T-Pain.
that dark-skinned
You
nigga
know,
back for a little
T-Pain
bit.
made the beat to that
We
song
still here,
and
don't
gave
worry.
it to Chris
We
Brown.
been ruling
including
ever
a
since.
feature at T-Pain's height of his career. So not only that happened, Chubbs ended up trolling
Let's see what
T-Pain.
Chubbs said.
Last night, he went
I will say Chris Brown probably responded because he loved T-Pain, but let's keep it real. He responded more because he don't like Drake. T-Pain has done plenty of stuff that Chris Brown hasn't responded or acknowledged in the years. Like, I'm not saying they're not homies. They obviously are, and he helped his career a lot. But like, come on now, this is more about Drake, I think, than it is.
to the club in Toronto and decided to ask all the DJs to play a T-Pain song, and they all rejected him.
Yo, play T-Pain song for me. T-Pain. T-Pain. Who's the front of the music? The DJ, hold on. T-Pain.
This is the first time I've ever heard Chubbs speak, and oh my God, this nigga. Oh wow, that nigga accent crazy. I'm not even, nothing wrong with having an accent. I'm just thrown the off because I've only seen Chubbs the whole time. I'm thinking he gonna have, that boy said T-Pen. T-Pen. Bled the T-Pen. Oh, shit. I just wasn't expecting that. I forget. This is Canadian. It's like, oh, shit. That just threw me off. T-Pen. I thought his voice was going to be way deeper than this. I thought...
T-Pen. T-Pen. Yo, I gotta find the DJ, T-Pen. Hold up, I gotta find the DJ. Hold up. I gotta get T-Pen right.
Bro, I'm so thrown up by his voice.
Fuck y'all talking about? The DJ.
Look at that T-Pen.
Hold on.
Is he like from the island? I'm not even thinking about that. I'm like, where is this nigga first guy?
That's where I'm at. T-Pen, I got you right now. DJ. I need to play with. I gotta find the.
I get what they're doing, but like OVO, y'all need PR, bro. Whoever y'all got doing y'all PR, they just free eating. They're not doing nothing for y'all. Because y'all need to stop acting like y'all not knowing certain things about hip hop culture, or about black culture is going to be a flex to you, right? So when you're in Cannes, France, right, and you go up to a DJ and you ask him to play T-Pain, and he doesn't know who T-Pain is, it's not an insult to T-Pain, it's an insult to that DJ. So you're telling me you don't know the person who basically commercialized and made auto-tune a thing. That's what you're saying? And that's supposed to be an insult to T-Pain? You're literally about to be playing niggas who are doing what they're doing because of T-Pain. And you gonna say it's T-Pain? It wasn't even that long ago. Do you understand how Kendrick did a song, If This World Was Mine? And he brought a whole new generation onto Luther. You see how the whole thing is them teaching, is Kendrick teaching, try to get, and y'all's is always about diminishing and acting like y'all are better than the overall culture. That's lame, gang. That's lame. You don't know T-Pain. You ain't never heard Kiss Kiss. You ain't never heard, here's the crazy part. T-Pain 100% still gets played in the club. Nigga, you can go to the Dreas right now and hear Snap Your Fingers and Do Your Step. You can do it all by... I just did on my birthday. Baby girl, what's your name? And all the women in there, young, old, is in there. Can we talk to you? Can we buy you a drink? Stop that, bro. Stop it. This is just y'all being culturally unaware again. Nigga, this is not a diss to T-Pain. You're a DJ. Like...
T-Pain, okay, I got it.
Oh, y'all set that up, and then y'all played Drake.
He a fool, bruh. So he started playing Drake instead. But check this out. Acting like T-Pain ain't got hits and wasn't a...
All right, we go stop right there. You go watch the rest of it. He gonna just teach y'all about T-Pain and how he said, y'all gotta go do your own research. Go watch the rest of this video. Y'all...